Hey, look, it's the Kaiju Collector. Yay! Hey everyone, Nate for the Kaiju Collector, and today we will be taking a look at the new Bandai movie monster series, Gamera, from Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris. This new Gamera figure was released alongside a new Iris figure back in 2021, about 5 years ago, and a lot of things have changed since then. So let's take a look and see whether or not this figure stands up to the rest of the competition nowadays by taking a look at his tag first. Okay, the Gamera tags are honestly one of my favorite tags ever, but this one might just be my absolute favorite. Just look at that image of Gamera, it looks amazing. Along with that, we have a nice dark green aesthetic around the tag. Moving on to Shirizu, Gamera 1999, Gamera, and the Kadakawa sticker in the corner there. The inside of the tag has a nice image of Gamera here. It says Gamera 1999, has his height 80 meters, weight 120 metric tons, and this. The other side is the typical Bandai stuff with some barcodes and some numbers here. Okay, wow, this is amazing. Just look at the amazing picture of Gamera. Absolutely fantastic image of Iris. Some stuff here it says G3, and a little text here that says the Guardian of the Universe 1999 Incomplete Struggle, which is, I believe, one of the taglines of Gamera 3. It says Gamera 3, and then Revenge of Iris in Japanese, along with the Bandai, Kadakawa, and Bandai 2021 made in China. That's pretty much it with Gamera's tag here. Okay, look, I love this thing's tag, but the problem is that it's just too big to fit in a normal top loader. I have to find some bigger ones in the future, but for now, this will do. Now that we're done with that, let's take a look at this figure's articulation. Unfortunately, this might be the worst aspect of this figure, because if you've seen any reviews of the new 99 Gamera, there's nothing at the head, nothing at the arms, nothing at the tail, but we only have articulation at the legs here. I'm not going to move them all the way because they're extremely stiff and I don't want to break anything or chip any paint, but yeah, just the leg articulation. And that's really unfortunate because this is one of the best molds I've ever seen from Bandai, and come on, I wish there was more articulation. So, like Rodan 2004, I'm gonna have to give Gamera a 5 out of 10 in terms of articulation. And now that we're done with that, let's take a look at this figure's painting and sculpting. So in terms of Gamera's colors, he only has 5 colors. A dark green, an emerald green for the eyes, a dark green for the base color, and this off-white for the claws, and this brown for the stomach here. Oh, and not to mention the salmon pink in his mouth. The core detail of Gamera 9 is like any other Gamera figure. It's the standard wrinkling that we get all across the figure, along with some other parts. Like, for example, this shell, which is absolutely fantastic. Just look at all the green airbrushing that's done on it. It doesn't look too noticeable, and best of all, look at those tiny details within the shell. It looks amazing. And the front of its stomach is very nice. We get some very nice looking plate details around it with the brown airbrushing accompanying it. It doesn't look too obvious. It kind of looks like dry brushing, which I really do like. And of course, we get the fantastic details. Taking a look at Gamera's head, it is a lot more menacing than his 2 previous incarnations. As you can see, we have the smaller eyes, the more menacing teeth and tusks, along with his bigger crest, which was extremely small back in 1995. Also, just a little nitpick, this might just be like an Amazon problem, but for some reason there's these like little parts that are like scratches or something. These aren't from the mold, these are like literally just like scratches done from like Amazon or some part of the shipping process. I don't know where it came from, but it's always been there. Anyways, fantastic detail at the mouth here, along with the tongue and some great teeth paint. Taking a look at his arms here, they're less like arms and more like fins, which is something I actually like from Gamera 3. Yet again, the wrinkle detail is still there, along with the nicely painted finger claws, and the elbow claw from Gamera 2 is present. Looking at Gamera's stumpy legs here, we get some very nice wrinkle details as per usual, with a dew claw in the back here, and the toenails here are all painted with this weird web design. I'd never noticed that in the original movie. And the bottom of the feet say Bandai, made in China, with a bunch of numbers, and trademark Kadakawa TNHN 1999. Looking at Gamera's tail here, it's basically the exact same as 95 Gamera, just a lot more intense in the details, along with this thinner tip of the tail. There's one flaw I have to give this figure, it is the lack of paint on the other side of most of the parts here. See, with Gamera 95, a figure released a couple years before Gamera 99, The figure was fully painted. The tusks were fully painted, the nails were fully painted, even the toes were fully painted on both sides. Here, it's like a typical Bandai figure where only one half of it is painted, and that is a little bit weird because I'm putting them next to each other on my shelf, and this one feels a little bit more underpainted compared to the original, and 95. Also, I will point out the lack of paint across the entire body, because with Gamera 95, at least with the stomach here, it was purely dry brushed, while here, while I did enjoy the brown airbrushing, I wish it was dry brushed, like Gamera 96 and Gamera 95. Now, with all of that out of the way, this figure is getting a solid 8.5 out of 10. It is a very good sculpt, but the paint leaves a little bit to be desired. Also, no, I won't be taking points off of this because, you know, it's only on my copy. And now, onto size and size comparisons. For his height, Gamera is about 5.5 inches tall and 8.5 inches long. As for size comparisons, here he is compared to Movie Monster Series Gamera 95, Movie Monster Series Queen Legion here, which is enormous compared to him, and of course, Gamera's rival, the Bandai Godzilla Island Monster Series Heisei era Godzilla figure. Lastly, I want to make a comparison between this figure from 2021 and the original Gamera 89 from 1999. And wow, 20 years can sure make a difference. I mean, just look at the accuracy difference between this figure and this figure. While yes, I do enjoy the stylized appearance of this original figure, this figure stands out as the more accurate one, which is why I like them both. Both are unique in their own way, with this one being the most accurate and this one being the most out there, cool looking one, to be honest. And I will say, this figure's paint job is a lot better than this guy's. Oh, and let's not forget, every single part of Gamera here can rotate or move in some way, shape, or form, compared to this guy for some reason. And yeah, that's it with the comparisons, and with that out of the way, that's it. Yeah, this is quite a short review, I think, and for his overall score, Gamera is getting a 6.7 out of 10. Look, I love this figure's painting and sculpting, but the articulation severely brings it down. And the reason why I got a 6.7 is because I just averaged it all out, so that's why. And yeah, that's it. With this figure out of the way, my next review will probably be another Gamera video. This time being a lot cooler in my opinion and a lot bigger. My previously mentioned, and the Queen of Shelf Hogs, Queen Legion. See you guys in the next video. See ya. You see, with Gamera 1995, whoa. And yeah, that's it. With this figure, oh, whoa.